try to count back Donico Lens right here across the street, it's completely different. At this point in time, these people have anticipated, at least they have suggested me that I would get myself alarms, all kinds of stuff like this, and somehow, some way they're gonna get me, that they're gonna depict me as crazy or something like this. This neighbor here, Donico Lance, right here across the streets, this individual was very, very obsessed by portraying me to the world as crazy man. He did his job with a pleasure. And so, you know, when I take into account all this stuff, these people are in bed with Israel. My father hunted here with the Israelis. He had state prosecutor, knows them very well. They're all hunters, they hunted here. They're in bed with one another, and it's nothing in this world my father would not do to get rid of me. Just the other day, he have stated to me that I mentioned him that I'm going to go and report myself as available for work at the state office, and how the lady mentioned me that I was rated as mentally retarded by the state, as incapable to perform any kind of work. Since 2012, my father said, that's a good thing. That's a good thing, son. At least leave it this way. At least you have peace, he said. Just leave it this way. It's good for you. You know, this is the kind of daddy my daddy is. So I just want to clarify, you know, that nobody here is stupid. I have been through a lot, but there's only one thing. These people are criminals. Not gonna stop me anytime soon. It's not happening. Yes, I am again in the furnace area, and I am here deliberately. And here is why and how. And a little back, I was talking to you about where they have instructed me to place spy cams, so I would record my neighbor. And I don't know how much you remember, you probably do not, but I do. It came to this card like this. I did with a hand, with a finger, but I didn't say nothing, and I just move on. Okay, here is why. Here exactly is why. The MK Ultra is used to portray individual as paranoid, but I'm a really gutsy individual. I got too many proofs that are irrefutable, and I'm going to make a claim which I will support with my next video, and that video is going to be dedicated to my niece and to her husband. What was their role in this stuff within, let's just say last month or something like that, because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I got to present you with what was happening with the eBay. I have to present you with what happened with them, how my tools, my things just broke and stuff like this. New things just break, would not work, and I'm going to explain to you how that's done and what I was told on the MK Ultra, how that's going to be done and so on. Who and how. It's all rational. Oh, my sister, actually, daughter of my sister, my niece, doesn't feel really well about Slovenia. She was in Israel and got to these people somehow attached to the Israel. She feels is unequal in the society here in Slovenia. She's got a really good job, everything great here, but she kind of feels that, I don't know, as if people would have prejudice, that she doesn't look like people from here. I don't know what is in her head, to be honest. This is how she pursue herself as, and I understand, this is what I was told on MK Ultra. I don't know if this is true or not. This is what I was told, that her husband would get a really decent offer uh, in Israel, job offer, very rewarding career, which he would accept, of course, for the price of me being taken there. Children, you have two kids. One is 3.5, the other one is 1.5. However, would be used for me to adjust myself to Israel because you heard that sound. It was really loud. So I would not feel isolated in Israel. That's why. And so as soon as I have observed, the kids, children appeared um, also on, what day was it? Maybe it was Monday or something. Maybe it might have been that same day. I don't know. They came by and um, what I did was I observed them, kids, children, go for the dates like crazy. Yeah, and it popped up to me like this immediately. It popped up to me the information that this is what I was told by the local police, and it is strange. This is damn strange because food, you see, food is the taste. That's a matter of adjustment. In Latin America, let's say they are adjusted to rice, that kind of food, pollo con arroz, that kind of food. In China, they have different kind of food, and then in Europe, we have different kind of food. We have our foods, but the thing is that you can get adjust, that's what your taste is, to that food, and the dates, that kind of food, it was suggested to me would be given to the children in advance, so these children would get used to the food before they get to Israel. This is why this stuff here, when we came here, this is why I went with a hand like this, then I just move on. Of course, there's not much you can place around here if you would have a spy cam like this, but husband from my niece, he did bully it, and he dared me, if I would dare to say, mention this thing. But this also means that um, this would be quite a damn claim. I mean, not only that this thing was here, but we don't have other kids. They could come and say, well, the guy's paranoid. We don't have any kids here. How could we have this here in 2005? Of course, you're not going to say that. Well, yeah, I will. They have talked about something about planned childhood, and it's something already I have written on my website, how far they have gone. So they did plan these children in a sequence that if, it seems like this is really going to Israel. They are really planning very much in detail the whole thing to actually take place. I would say that this is very, very punctual. This is very, very detailed, and it goes really well along with MK Ultra planned events. So far, when I see all this stuff that Benjamin Netanyahu really ran to Brussels, to Paris on December, I don't know, 11, 12, 10, 12, 11, and all this stuff that I see, all this is actually happening exactly what local police here from Novo Mesto have procrastinated me with. So they have all kinds of scenarios, including that my parents would go because they would be subject to the legal justice here in Slovenia and so on. I don't know any much about that. I'm just saying what I was told about, and this is basically what I'm giving you. Um, in my next video, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to show you how it's done, the stuff that I have talked about regarding equipment that you purchase through online and how that equipment gets destroyed. Uh, soon your gadgets stop working and so on. I'm going to give you some details about that. It should be a really interesting video. And I was all explained on how by Americans who were here. They told me exactly how they're going to do it. They told me exactly what type of position she's going to get, my niece, and she did get one. She is literally a social engineer. She works for animal department, human health department. She can get people out of the system just like this. Very easy way. One report and they are, out. That's basically what they do. The position was secured to her by the current president, Boris Pahor. This is all the stuff I have talked about, so it's all happening. So, anyhow, me being observant with his children, whom by the way I love very much, and they love me. You know how they grab those dates. You know how they go for those dates. You know, I was immediately that thing popped up in my memory, and the next thing you see is, you know, we play, and you know, I sniff a little bit. I ask if they have a lot of dates at home, and if they eat a lot of dates at home, you know, and they really tell me. 3.5-year-old child tells me, she tells me, yes, really a lot.
Morning has broken like the first morning. Blackbird has spoken like the first bird.
Дома велико датлино jeste?
Ja,
Veliko?
ja, veliko.
Res, veliko datlino. Aha, ja, zanimivo. Hvala lepa.
Praise for the singing, praise for the morning, praise for them springing fresh from the world. Sweet.
Hey guys, this is a little update. About 14 hours later, I can say I feel much better, because the way I felt this morning, I did not even ever felt that way. Donna Collins also told me that if he sees that I'm posting news that I'm doing very well my work on my website, that he's gonna immediately radiate me. That he's gonna start immediately with his radiation sessions. That was also another threat. So there were like a million threats. I mean, everything was a threat. Anything that I would do, that I was supposed to do, would end with the violence. This morning I woke up at about 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, but it took me about 2 hours to get myself together enough so I could get down here to this room, ground area. And then I couldn't, you have no idea, man. Back hurts, head is totally non-functional. It's totally non-functional. You have pain in your nuts. How can I say? It's like somebody would really bit you up, But then you would have also that kind of factor in your head that you can't do anything. It's quite unexplainable, this thing. And that's what a little bit scared me, because I started to feel that if sessions like this will go on, all of a sudden I'm no longer going to even post on the internet, because I'm not going to be capable. I'm not going to be capable to go out for a walk. I was bitten up. I could not even go and walk here up to, I don't know, 1-2 kilometers probably I could not do. And so that kind of alerted me that I had to post this video, that I just have to do it in case somebody like this, something goes wrong. At least this is documented. The point here is that it's not even about the quantity of the sleep you get. It's got the least to do with the quantity of sleep. Quantity of sleep is important, don't get me wrong. You should get 8 hours of sleep per night. Now, if I would only get, let's say, 2-3 hours of sleep, and it would not be so bad at all, because it would be 2-3 hours of sleep. But in this case, this is totally different. This is basically you get sleep. I only got 2-3 hours of sleep, as I stated. But afterwards, you're, like I said, completely bitten up. And another thing is that you're completely, there's nothing you can really do. There's not much you can do about it. You don't feel like you want to do anything. You are just sickened. You don't feel well at all. So even if I would get 8 hours of sleep, and then at the end of those 8 hours, you would get this kind of session, it takes you about 14 hours to somewhat recuperate. I feel much better. I shaved, I brushed my teeth finally, and I can go on with it. But this is a brutal way to do it. And it's extremely violent that somebody even dares, to suggest this kinds of, conditions. If you're going to ride, if you're going to do well, then this is what we're going to do. And I really did. I felt really empowered, well charged 3 days ago. I went here and I rode mules, it was flying, everything. Went for a walk, went exercise. And, immediately you get the neighbor on your ass. Immediately. Now, you might have seen my mama, how she walked from the outside. And it was like she's gonna go up, but you could see her how she stops, and then she, like sneaky way, she comes inside and she knows exactly where to look at, and she looks straight into the window up there. I'm gonna explain to you why, because there are cameras. I don't know where, how. I know that I was also told that when there are some exclusive cases that they really get like super high-tech equipment, cams you can't even see with such a small lens. And during MK Ultra, when I was told about how the police would actually have some kind of sound in there, where furnaces, that area, they would use my mom to, the neighbor did here, he hyped all the time. Not even audio recorder allowed here, not even audio recorder allowed here. Camera here, that I would put cam, let me just show you, that I would put camera like this, up the window. No way, no way. The neighbor right here, across the street, he said, even if I see something here, like a little cam, something, no way, no way, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. If you're gonna stay down in this room, we're gonna radiate you through here, or we're gonna come to this area here, No, I just wanted to see what's gonna happen. That's why I placed regular Android telephone, and Mama was immediately there to see it. To report for my neighbor, basically. Or we're gonna radiate you through here. So outside, no. Here, no. Here, no. I'm just gonna end this like this, okay? I have some serious set of cameras up there, and I did not install them because my father would not allow me to even drill holes through the floor. But tomorrow this is going to be drilled, and there are going to be cameras in the ground area, in garage, in both garages. Nobody's going to come here anymore to play with some kind of a microwave gun and stuff like this on me. If somebody wants police on his ass, we're going to do it. It's going to be so. I'm more than glad they will do it. Eventually this is going to end with the police. One way or another, this will end with the police. But the beginning of tomorrow, the holes are going to be drilled. I am going to drill them, I don't care. Mama is not going to tell me anymore if it's going to be a hole or it's not going to be a hole, or if it's going to be a camera here in both garages. It's going to be a camera in the garages because I'm going to get my fucking sleep. That's why. Because I'm not going to allow somebody to go and just, you know, flush me with a microwave and stuff like this. This is bullshit. But this is a lot of terror, a lot of intimidation. I have gone through MK Ultra, and then they do the post, the follow-up. That's made some people crazy. Why you would not do stuff like this? You have no idea how much they intimidate you, how much they tell you, you're not allowed this, you're not allowed that. The neighbor Donna told me, if you put in the yard camera, if you just walk in the yard, that is extremely suspicious to him that you're going to try to put the camera, that you're going to drive him nuts and stuff like this. This is a no-no. Like, million things like this, no-no, no-no. Huge part in MK Ultra is to discourage individual in every possible way. And frustrate him and discourage him, threaten him severely. And so tomorrow this is going to end. It's just going to happen. So I was also going to say, okay, I was also going to say about attic area. What was happening in attic area? I'm going to tell you what they were doing to me in attic area. In attic area, they would bring me to attic area. Then I would stand. They would have me stand there for like extended amounts of time, maybe few hours, and they would walk me back and forth, and they would point me cracks, where cracks are. I would say if I see the camera inside and stuff like this. So they were driving into me completely insane with this type of violent procedures. That I have to look for the cracks. There are cameras hiding inside. Look for the cables. Take the pictures. We're going to analyze the pictures. Send the pictures to us. We're going to analyze the pictures. See who was involved in it. Well, that's basically the same thing. I mean, the whole house was just used to hype individual that there is a surveillance going on, that no, you're not going to find those cams. Like I said, those cams you're not going to even find. This is so sophisticated, if they are, and I think they are, because I don't know, too many things points out they are. My father even mentioned that the police is doing the surveillance here and stuff like that. But no time for me to go out there and waste and search for these devices. There's so much other stuff to do, and it's not going to do me any good anyways. Even if I would find that kind of cam, you know what they do? You know what my mom did the other day? She said, when I found those cables up there in attic area. She said, I did it. I set them up. So you're never going to come to an end with this. This is the kind of case that uh, not the police, not courts. I should say no right to police, no right to courts, no right to anything. So even if I would, it wouldn't change anything at all. And so yeah, mom received instructions from the neighbor by having something on the window, on a glass window of the door, walks through here, proceeds this way, goes up there like this, and is a little bit frustrated because she's going to do something dirty because she knows exactly what she's doing. And she sneaks like this quickly, and she looks straight into area about which the neighbor had instructed her to look at. She gets the information and off she goes away. She walks away. So let me explain why I did this. I did this because I wanted to get an idea about what can be seen from the room, from this glass. If I position Android here or some another camera that I have, what can be actually seen from here? This is what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get an idea from different views, from different corners, what can be, what cannot be seen from this room. How, in other words, I can protect myself. How can I shield myself from somebody coming and, you know, performing in some crazy sessions. I'm not trying to hide absolutely anything here. You know, this is the problem here is the environment itself. This is a very, very controlling and aggressive environment is how I see it. Okay, this is like really, really funny. I'm trying to get the voice recording, and look at that. I have not seen anything like this yet.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
Wow.
Shit he have done is just fucking out.
That's fine. That's why it doesn't work. But with that thing, to me, it looks like somebody modified my audio recordings and stuff.
I mean, this is how they have their things happening.
Okay, so I don't know what this is all about. Again, this is oh well, what else on December the 13th of 2017? I'm trying to get this things done if I ever make it. Okay, I've not seen any of this yet. What the heck? Look at that. 50, 60, just starts like this out of nowhere. Computer. Boom, and it shuts off. You lose all the information. Everything is gone. Boom, boom. And it starts itself. I also keep getting this kind of messages. You must restart your computer to apply this changes and this and that. I don't have any changes. My update status in the computer is off. I have disabled them also even in the services panel everywhere this stuff is disabled, but they keep coming with that kind of news. And look at this here. I frankly, this is also a bit unusual, you have to admit. Let's say you type the word, let's say thank you, and let's say you want to change N into I. Look at this. Go back. This is a Windows Movie Maker. Look at this. You see what this is? I mean, not exactly, not supposed to work like this. So they keep playing with my computer. They're modifying everything. I get a little things, always something annoying, you know, this would change, let's say, I don't know, into pink color and so on. Computer would just really behaves funny. The whole thing is just ridiculous. December the 14th of 2017, morning hours, half 7 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you what, I'm almost completely back to normal, whatever that is. But no, I feel totally different. I was up all night. I worked these videos, tried to complete this all night up. And the more I'm up, the further I'm away from what was yesterday. Okay, between sometimes 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, the better I feel. No sleep, that's just fine with me. The session, that radiation session I got yesterday, totally was brutal. It was so brutal, and I want to record this, that when I got up, my head was so messed up. The best way to describe would be that I was totally without the energy. I didn't have absolutely any energy. I did not even feel like I am capable to find, let's say, certain gadget, like let's say battery for the phone or something like this. You would feel like totally down. It took me about 2 hours. Went to the living room to gather myself together and then somehow slowly get down to this ground area. Okay, so have nothing to do with the sleep. When you're exposed to that type of treatment, you are almost, it's like almost feel like you are totally dried out. I mean, totally, it's just never is the case with me. I'm an individual that loves to go out for a walk, do exercise. Can't wait to finish this and go about my business. But thanks to this neighbor here, and he's gonna tell me that he is trying to save me from Mossad or something like this. It's a bullshit. You are more exposed to the problems when you are not visible online. Whenever you're not continually making presence on your news site, more can happen to you than if you are making that presence on a news site. Okay, and so this guy did absolutely everything for Mossad. Nothing against Mossad. This guy do it here across the street, that is Mossad. I don't want to hear that kind of stories. Anyways, feel good, feel great, and ready to go about it again.